So apparently Oswald has the ability to disappear whenever he wants. He barely takes a step and boom, he's gone. How's it going, guys? Welcome to Dan the Man Reviews, and we are reviewing Gotham episode 4. And I'm going to be quite honest. The start of this episode, I was just bored. I was frustrated because I know how good the show could be, but it's not. We're already 4 episodes in, and it's becoming just a chore to watch these episodes. But while watching the episode, it did get entertaining when we got involved with the mafia business, Oswald's bright ideas to try to become number one, and of course the Bruce and Barbara conversation they had. Basically, this episode was set up. There's a killer on the loose, killing a lot of council people, and we're get introduced to pretty much the mayor wanting to build a new Arkham Asylum, and we see Arkham Asylum, and it looks good. It definitely looks very dreaded, and like the Arkham Asylums we see on the comics, and even in maybe not the game, but mostly in the comics and in the TV series. So basically, the mayor wants to build this Arkham Asylum, this new one, because the Waynes wanted it, but of course the mafia, Maroni and Falcone, they hire somebody to go out and change the mayor's mind, so to speak. So basically, it's all about land. They want land so they could just prosper in their business ventures. And we see last time when we left the episode, it was Oswald knocking on Gordon's door, Barbara answering, and we find out Oswald he wants to help Gordon. Because he wants to take over. He wants to get rid of Fish, which is J.D. Pinkett Smith. He wants to get rid of Falcone. And apparently he wants to get rid of Maroni because in this episode he does some things that basically are in his... he gets a lot of money, let's just say. This episode, like I said, beginning, just whatever. It was just... I didn't really care for the killer and his weapon of choice. I mean, it could have been better if they just gave him like one of those pocket guns instead of this little weapon that just spears somebody in the eye. Did not like that. Luckily, we don't spend the whole time with this hired hitman because we go on to the Maroni and the Falcone situation and pretty much Fish trying to figure out how she can maneuver her way when things go down. And then we see her recruiting, so to speak. It was that at that point it started to get more interesting and I started to enjoy it a little bit more. What carries the show is definitely Gordon. It's definitely his chemistry with Bullock's Harvey and Fish, Oswald. Those are the main people who pretty much are carrying the show. Other than that, it's a generic show. There's nothing too much going on. I mean, it's just boring like last episode. But once we got into the mafia situation, it got a little bit more exciting. But there's a fight scene in here where I don't know what's with the lighting. It was so bright. Like, I did not like how bright it was when they had that fight sequence going on between Gordon and the hitman. So that was my little nitpick as well as I did like, however, Gordon's and Barbara's conversation. She actually tells them some things about her past. That was very interesting. But they're always in the freaking apartment, and we actually do get a scene where they're out of the apartment and they're talking. So that was great, but they're still not using Barbara as I think they should be using, and I think a lot of people are feeling frustration about that. Gotham is just it's okay. It's kind of almost borderline bad. You know, you just got to really just disbelief has to go out the window. It tries to be serious, but it's a little bit goofy at the same time. If they wanted to have that kind of serious tone that they're looking for, especially with just focusing on Gordon, then they should have watched the animated movie Batman. I think it was Mask of the Phantasm. Phantasm is pretty much the origin of Batman and how he became Batman. And that tone in that film, it's one of the most underrated films of all time because it's animated. But that tone in that film throughout definitely speaks for Gotham. But we don't get that. We don't get that in this show. But overall, this episode, it was okay. I mean, it did get entertaining towards the end. I'd have to give it a 6 out of 10. It's borderline 7. It definitely was a lot more better than last episode, which we were introduced to Balloon Man. What the hell was that? Other than that, it was okay episode. The show is just it's starting to become a chore, guys. It's starting to become a chore. But thank you guys for listening. If you like this video, press the like button. There's a subscribe button. I'll have more videos on the way, and check out my other videos. I'm reviewing The Walking Dead, American Horror Story. But yeah, Gotham, it was okay. That's all I could say. It's not the greatest show in the world, but I know some people enjoy the show. So thank you guys for listening, and until next time.